So over a week ago, FlyByWire shared some screenshots of their work in progress A380 with two awesome YouTubers. I've only just found that news and I'll be talking about it now. Sorry for the delay, but it's here now. So let's look into what FlyByWire have been sharing with the community. Let me tell you, it's absolutely awesome. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud. Before we get into it, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. It really does help me out. There's only a few more hours to enter my giveaway. The winners will be announced on a live stream tomorrow. There's plenty of stuff to win. I'll try and ship it all before Christmas, but no promises. Be sure to go check it out. Here's a link and there's a link in the description. But now let's hop into the screenshots. So these were shared on a podcast. I say podcast, there's actually a video in the style of a podcast. There's two of them. You've got an English one, the Blue Experience featuring Blue Games and XP72. And then there's a German one by Capped A320. They both talk about the same things. I've watched most of the Blue Experience, as I always do. I was just late to this one. And trust me, you guys need to go see it. It's very in-depth. Anyway, without further delay, let's share some of the screenshots. So I'm going to show you my favourite one first. This is the A380 sitting in the hangar. And of course, you've got to remember, this is 100% free. Like the A320 NX, FlyByWire do this for not even a penny. Of course, you can donate if you want to, but at the end of the day, you're getting this aircraft for free. Now, we do get a bit of talk about potential variants of the A320 down the line. I'll be talking about that in a minute, but let's go through the A380 screenshots. So we've got one at the rear of the engine, as you can see, really well detailed. Of course, still a lot of work needed, but nonetheless, it looks awesome. We've also got a shot in the cockpit, and this shows their attention to detail once again. Of course, you've got those very recognisable kind of keyboard tray tables right in front of them. You see it all the time in the big Airbus wide bodies, quite recognisable. The lighting is also very good. You can see good work on the overhead panel. The FCU looks pretty empty at the moment, but they're working on it clearly, especially when you compare it to the overhead panel. It looks like most of the attention has been paid towards the overhead panel and the area around the throttle so far, but modelling is certainly there. Texturing is coming along nicely, although of course still very early days. Still think it looks really awesome. It's weird just seeing it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It'll kind of be the first proper wide body we've got. Certainly if it can beat the other developers, and I imagine it will do, especially with the case of the PMDG 777, bearing in mind we haven't actually got any screenshots so far of that. So this is looking very promising. We've also got another shot at the front of the engines. I think this looks really beautiful. Just look at the reflection on the blades there. Of course, you'd be lucky to see them like that in real life. Very, very lucky. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. But nonetheless, it's looking awesome. Now, going off the Discord and of the podcasts, these screenshots are slightly older than even when they were released, which is about a week and a few days ago now. So you can imagine that they have moved on quite significantly from then. We also get a close-up shot of the overhead panel. Once again, as I said, this is where most of the work internally has been focused so far. I would say from what we're looking at, it looks the most complete. The colours look really good, switches look nice, I can't complain. And of course you're getting it for free, so who can? Now that doesn't mean the A320 NX isn't getting any more love. It certainly still is. I thought I'd show you this. It's quite funny. I saw it on the Discord. It's a remote MCDU and printer. Now of course, I guess this is for the most serious of flight sim fans. I probably won't be doing it, but just look at how it all works. This guy is sitting there next to his printer. He's got his and he's printing off his METARs. It does come out the printer. It looks very similar to real life. I don't know how they've done it. It's certainly very interesting. Quite funny to watch. Probably doesn't serve much of a point, but fun nonetheless. Light winds at 8 knots coming from 260 degrees with a few clouds. Pretty good weather, to be fair. Now we also get some screenshots regarding VNAV. I'm very excited for this. I think we all are. and it should integrate pretty well with holding patterns, which is what they're also working on. Of course, the Airbus is still really missing VNAV. It's something we all want, so the quicker they get it out the better, but of course, no rush for the FlyByWire team. Also got some holding pattern features to share with you, screenshots to share with you. You can see we've got the teardrop entry, I believe it's called, because of course the shape of the entry is funnily enough a teardrop. That'll make VATSIM and IVAO flying so much easier. You won't have to hand fly it using the little clock. That is really annoying and quite difficult at times, I'll admit. And finally, we've got a little shot at the bottom of a new model for the engine. Now, engines aren't my cup of tea. I could not tell you what it is, although I'm sure someone can. As far as my knowledge goes, I don't believe it's a new engine option. It's just an improved model of the engine we've already got, which is the CFM one. The A320neo doesn't have that many engine options. You've got to go back to the CO if you want new engine variants, as far as I know. Well, FlyByWire, keep it up. The work you're doing is absolutely awesome. Who wouldn't be excited for some of this? I also missed the new model of the wing. It's a little preview. It looks very nice. Regarding variants of the A320, which is what they're clearly working on now, you'll be able to swap them over in the installer in a one-click type manner. This will also apply to any other products that they decide to feature in their installer in the future. And in the interview, the Blue XP interview, they even say that there might even be scenery in there in the future, and although they're not working on it themselves, they might invite other kind of developers to do it. I think they're really looking into the future, and the future is certainly bright. Keep it up, FlyByWire, you're doing an awesome job. From me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. It really does help me out. Before we wrap up, I know a lot of people always ask me this. The scenery you've been seeing in the back throughout the video today is Rovaniemi in Finland, or Lapland as most of you will know it, by MK Simulations. You can pick it up on Orbex Direct for just over £10 UK. It includes Santa's Village over here. I think it's pretty charming, and the airport itself is pretty good, although the textures do lack in some places. You do get some nice Christmas lights, and overall the airport is really well made. Final thing I want to say is thank you to my channel members. Thank you to Captain Matt Russell, Jesse Wiseman, Ethan Bubeck, Fanny Leibenberg, hello, and Owen K, and Jonathan Desmond. You guys really do help me out. From me today, that is all. I'll see you around. Bye bye.